Good evening or night or whatever time it is that you're joining us. We're here in St. Tiernacht Park, Clones on Sunday the 27th of August 1995. We hope that you can sit back and enjoy good football here in a beautiful pitch, Clones.
Well, I suppose this is the game we've all been waiting for. Clontibret, county champions last year, Ulster Club finalists, unlucky not to be Ulster Club champions, maybe All Ireland Club champions. Castleblayney, wealth of talent, youth, coming out of their under-21 successes, their minor successes, their juvenile successes. This team was, I suppose, 5 or 6 years ago, people forecast maybe 6 titles in a row for this team. The standard of football has decided differently in Monaghan, but the talent is there, there's no doubt whatsoever about that. And you have an abundance of county players, ex-county players, future county stars on the horizon, all here today. You have what I have said in the programme address, the ingredient of a fantastic game of football. If ever we have it this year.
scene is set then. Clontibret playing from left to right. Players get back into position, handshakes all round. Clontibret O'Neill band leaving the pitch, and everything will be ready for the off.
I noticed a few positional changes, Padder.
Fire away, Bernie.
I noticed a few positional changes on the Blayney team. I see Peter Duffy on the 40, Dan Hughes here in the left wing, and Porrick McDonald in the left corner. In defence, Emmett Brennan has gone from right full back to left half. Derek Sullivan is at right full back, and Dermot McCardle is at left corner back, and he has the job of marking Rory Moan. Other than that, Ray McCardle moves from number 7 over to number 5, right half back. Eddie Murphy's full back, Declan Lockman centre half.
Declan Lockman is playing in the centre half position then.
So I'd say Blayney has the breeze, have they? How did you think in the first
half?
Well,
there's very little breeze now, but any there is kind of coming across the pitch, slightly. First to the ball is Clontibret, Kevin Carraher, getting it up along this side, Kieran Lavelle. Kieran is on the ground, gets round his man. Kieran tries to solo and drops the ball, is held, and it's a free in for Clontibret. A good start for Clontibret, Bernie.
Yeah, got the ball into Kevin Carraher, done well, caught the throw in. Very important to get the first touch around the middle of the park. Got it into Lavelle, took his man on, had to be fouled, and it's a good opportunity for Rory Moan now to open the scoring.
Rory Moan then with the open score.
That'll do his confidence the world of good as well, Padder. Young fell under a lot of pressure, so that's a good start for him.
In a good position for his left foot there as well.
Yeah, just ideal
that
for
one,
him.
and straight between the posts it was. That really puts it up to Castleblayney now to get into the game immediately with a score so early on, within the first minute of play. Barry Kerr for Castleblayney with the kick out. Out slightly to this side of the field. Michael Hughes over to the far side. The Blayney man's going to be the fastest to the ball, Derek Sullivan. Derek coming out with the ball, gets the long ball down.
It's Peter Duffy.
Peter Duffy, the danger man that Bernie was talking about early on, and Peter's this flash of speed getting into a position, but is pulled down by the back of the neck. Free in for Blayney. Fairly high tackle that, Bernie.
Yeah, Conor, I'm not too sure. I think it was Conor Moan fouled him. I suppose he felt he had no alternative. The way Peter was bearing down on goal, he probably felt he had no alternative. But as they say, first blood to Peter Duffy there in that duel. And an opportunity now for Aidan Tavi, I think, too.
From a similar position that Rory Moan had just a half minute ago. Tips it high. I think Enda Brennan may have helped that one over the bar.
Well, it just made it, but from a Blayney point of view, it made it. So there you go, even Stephen now.
So that was Aidan Tavi there with that particular point. 2 minutes into the game, and the sides are level, 1 point each.
That piece of action goes to show how dangerous Peter Duffy is, Panther. Gets a bit of space, gets the ball in space, and he'll start bearing down on goal.
And he has the speed. Enda Brennan then with the kick out. Right up the centre. Ball going loose, Aidan Tavi. Kick block down. Declan Moan going in. Declan gets it up. Gives a pass out to this side for Porrick McShane, but there was a foul there on Declan Moan as he passed that ball, and the referee has the notebook out.
Yeah, late I didn't see who committed that. Dan Hughes, I think.
Well, it's Dan Hughes' name that seems to be going into the book. Gets a warning from Sean McKenna. Free. Taken by Niall McGuinness. Well held there by the Blayney fullback. Emmett Brennan. down the centre. That's a tester there, and a beautiful catch there by Barry McShane. Giving it out to Damien McKenna, and Damien switches wings over to the far side. At the second attempt, he failed to get it, and Blaney come out with the ball. Declan Loughman clears it over to this side. Still in play. Brian Morgan. Still Brian Morgan trying to get the ball up. He's going to be robbed here. Damien McKenna goes in, and Damien is fouled as he went to kick that ball. Free for Clontibret. There's going to be no quarter given here, Bernie.
No, the first 10 or 15 minutes is always pretty hectic, and nothing different here. In fairness to Blaney forwards, they work very, very hard, but Brian Morgan had a chance to release that ball, and he was very slow. He should have released that ball up the field first time and put his defence under pressure.
Damien McKenna back in action, and Niall McGuinness takes that ball. A little bit of a tussle going on there between Edmund Murphy, and already we're starting into a similar to what we had in the minor game. Sean McKenna in there in the middle trying to separate them. And Mark McCarn, the linesman. Liam Sturrott's also in there. Very early on in the game for that, Bernie.
What can I say? It's no place for the faint-hearted, Paddy.
Well, with two
I couldn't actually see what happened there. I don't know who was to blame or what happened.
Well, I think it was Edmund Murphy and Kieran Lavelle who went out over the sideline with the ball, and the two of them went down on the ground, and there was a little bit of a tussle between the two. Emmett Brennan.
Well, it'll add a bit of spice to the game, but let's hope the game doesn't deteriorate into a
free-for-all. But it's Blaney with the ball, working out there is Declan Loughman. Declan gets it free, takes it quickly, a long ball down in for his full forward, Nudie Coos. Knocked down there, and
that was well knocked away by Des Brennan.
Barry McShane was there to recover it.
It's going to open the game out, Paddy, I feel.
Mikey Coos over at the far side. Michael gives a low ball in.
Mick O'Dowd, is it?
Mickey trying to get round his man, but he's fouled. It's a free in for Clontibret. Well, that little incident has definitely wakened up the crowd here.
Oh yeah, that's what. Well, sometimes a game needs something like that to really get the thing buzzing. And both teams are tuned in now anyway, Paddy. That's one thing for sure. And it's going to be hectic stuff.
Niall McGuinness is it with the kick. Out to this side. Rory Moan and Michael Coos in there, but it's a free in for Clontibret. Rory was fouled on the ground.
Yeah, seemed to be held back, I think, by Dermot McArdle. This is a difficult enough kick for Rory. Funny, I actually feel that Clontibret would be better playing him out the field, especially early on in the match.
Out in the quarter wing.
Yeah, get him involved in the game, and because he, is a trump card for them, and like nothing has come into him for the last 5 or 6 minutes, So
well, we have a knotted player onto the field now. It didn't put Rory off. He has put it over the bar. It's another point for Clontibret. Will the referee take out his notebook to this dog?
As long as he doesn't interfere with play, Paddy, I'd say he's happy enough. He can cruise around there at his leisure.
7 minutes into the game, and it's 2 points to 1 in favour of Clontibret. Ball back out into the centre, knocked down by Kevin Carroll, but Declan Loughman was there. Declan kicks it down this side of the field. Two men running for it. Who's first to get to the ball? It's Pádraig MacDonald. Pádraig gets it back out. Don Coos. Don into the centre. Aidan Talvey. Aidan's left-footed shot, and immediately Aidan is disgusted. Nudie tried to get there, but it was far too high for Nudie. Has gone over the end line and wide. That's the first wide of the game.
I think Morley was a wee bit ambitious there, trying to score from that angle. Maybe he should have tried to put it in front of Nudie, and there would have been a chance of a score or possibly a free.
Well, as soon as it left his boot, I think he felt that he had done the wrong thing with it. From his reaction. Anyway, let's get back with the play. Enda Brennan getting ready for the kick out. Over to the far side. Peter Duffy once again. Peter moving out to the wing, and the speed again of Peter Duffy moving into the centre now. He's within the scoring position. He's held. Gets a left-footed shot over into the centre. It's the number 12. It's blocked down, and masses of Clontibret men there in front of goals to save it.
Sorry, Pat, I think Point McDonald took the wrong option there. He should have tried to fist that over the bar. Or,
he was within scoring distance.
Yeah, or moved out, took a step or two out and tried to kick it over. There's no way he was going to get a goal there with the way that crowded defence. But that again shows Peter Duffy, very, very dangerous, coming raiding in there from the wing.
Clontibret were lucky that the referee there was a pull on Peter Duffy just before he released that ball there. They were lucky that they didn't get a free against them.
Yeah, well, in fairness to Sean McCann, he done well. The referee done well. He played the advantage, and Blaney got the opportunity and didn't take it.
Enda Brennan with the free kick. Out to this side. Damien McKenna holding on very well to the ball. Under pressure, two men, gets the low ball up along this side. Going very close to the sideline, helped over the sideline there by Mickey Hughes. The sideline ball to Blaney. Emmett Brennan is going to take this sideline kick. I see a Clontibret man still down.
It's Brian Morgan.
Brian Morgan, he got an injury there a few minutes ago.
I don't think he's going to make it.
Well, Clontibret have a sub warming up on the sideline here. Sean Michael McSkane. Des Brennan, the mentor, giving him his instructions before he goes out. Yes, he has the piece of paper going out. Looks like a knee injury to Brian Morgan.
Yeah, he seems in a bit of pain there. Now, Sean Michael McSkane's a good player, good tenacious, very tight marker.
Knocked down again by Kevin Carragher, but it's Blaney man again, and this time a great ball in. And the shot, is it over the bar? Yes, it is. Ray McArdle there coming down to score for Castleblayney.
That was a great ball. I'm not too sure who played that ball out, whether it was Sid or Peter Duffy, but it was a great ball. And Ray McArdle raiding well from the right. Niall Malone will have to watch that. And the attacking half back.
The Clontibret backs have a reputation of being a tight crew, very difficult to get through, but there have been a couple of openings shown
Peter
there.
Duffy's had 2 openings and now Ray McArdle has had 1, so they need to tighten up a bit, I think.
Well held there by Niall McGuinness. Into the centre to Kevin Carragher. Out to this side for Kieran Lavelle. Kieran leaves it for Conor Moan. Or Pádraig McShane, it says. Pádraig McShane tries the low ball. Emmett Brennan cuts it out. Still Pádraig McShane with the ball. Pádraig decides to kick it high into the centre. 2 Blaney men there. No problem to Aidan Davey. Left footed away out to the far side. Declan Moan. Declan is held, pulled down, gets his free, takes it quickly. Out for the far side.
It's good play by Declan Moan, and he released the ball good and quick.
That's a poor kick there.
Poor kick. This
by
is Dermot Duffy on
or
Mickey Hughes, I think that was.
Michael Hughes, yes.
Dermot Duffy's very mobile, he can move.
A little bit of pushing and shoving going on there, and the referee
Sean
sees
Michael
it.
McSkane was watching the man more so than the ball.
Free in for Blaney. About 25 metres out, or less.
That's a good chance for Point McDonald now to open his account. And the last 5 minutes, Blaney have come into it more, I think, Padder.
Beginning to settle into the game. That's a difficult sun now for goalkeepers down at this left-hand goal.
It's an important kick now for Point McDonald to settle his confidence. Looks good.
Swinging and swings over the bar, and it's a point for Blaney. Pádraig McDonald, the kicker. 13 minutes gone into the first half. Blaney now with a 1 point lead.
Yeah, I think Blaney are starting to assert a bit of authority on the game. They're winning a few breaks. Clontibret forwards not really making a big impression yet. So in the next few minutes, next 5 minutes now, it's going to be vital now for Clontibret to get back into this game and get the ball up the field and get some scores. Because if not, Blaney's going to, they're going to assert their authority even more.
It was a poor kick from Michael Hughes, I think it was, over the far side that it kind of led Blaney back into the attack there.
Yeah, led Blaney on the counter-attack.
Play back in action again. Enda Brennan with the kick out. Kevin Carher getting away with a little push there. Gets a left-footed shot into the centre. Kieran Lavelle comes out. It knocks off Kieran. The ball is loose. Emmett Brennan is there. Emmett holds on tightly. Gives it back.
Good play by Derek Sullivan.
Blaney comes away with it. Nobody taking him on. Now giving it into Pete McMahon. Back into the centre again. Dermot Duffy. Left-footed. It's high. It's gone to the left. And it's gone wide.
A disappointing finish by Dermot Duffy, but there wasn't a great many options available to him. I think Blaney are very good at carrying the game, but they bottled it a bit up for themselves that time, I think. They closed any space that there was down. If I were them, I'd be inclined to try and move that ball in quickly to Peter Duffy and into Nudie. Because Nudie is very, very dangerous. He gets a good ball in front of him.
He's a slippery character.
Nudie's still very, very dangerous.
Enda Brennan with the kick out once again. Knocked down. Two Blaney men going for it. Aidan Tavy, I think it is, with the ball. Aidan is fouled. Free in for Blaney. I think actually it was Peter Duffy there, wasn't it, with the ball?
Yeah, Peter won that break. It's another chance now for Aidan Tavy.
Clontibret back seem to be doing the fouling to stop any of the attacks.
Yeah, probably they're panicking a bit when Peter Duffy gets the ball. You know, well, they know he's a major threat, and in fairness, Peter's been pretty much involved now in the first 15 minutes.
A nice shot, but is it over? No, it has gone to the left, right of the upright and wide.
That was a good chance for Aidan Tavy. That was a fairly scoreable free. And the fact that Blaney have the bit of breeze and they are in control, they need to be putting those chances away.
Still nothing in it, just 3 points to 2 at this stage, and we're just over the 15 minutes gone in the first half.
Yeah, Clontibret need to get the ball up and get a few scores for their own benefit.
Back out into the centre. Kevin Carr tried to knock it down. Blaney again, Peter Duffy out to this side of the field. Ray McGardle. Still Ray McGardle. Let loose, got his toe to it, but it has gone harmlessly wide. Harried there by the Clontibret backs that time rather than fouled.
Yeah, and that's another wasted chance, like from Blaney point of view. They're winning the breaks at midfield, but they're not really making use of them yet. And they're crowding it too much for themselves. Blaney always thrive on creating space and getting men in behind and isolating men and getting good ball into them. They're not doing that yet. They're crowding it too much. It's very crowded around midfield.
Nice catch there by Dan Hughes. Still Dan Hughes looking around for somebody to give it to. Lost there. Kevin Carrer recovering for Clontibret. Kevin Carrer back in his own half-back line. Oh, what a bad pass there by Kevin Carrer. And Blaney back on the action again. And here comes Kevin Hughes, left-footed, right across the goal mouth. Gone harmlessly wide now on the right-hand side of the goals. Throwing away chances, Blaney are.
Yeah, disappointed effort there from Peter Duffy. Disappointing. He should have tried to put that under his right foot and had a shot. That's what, 3 or 4 wides in a row I think Blaney's after having.
It is indeed. They have a total of 6 wides, I think it is, at this stage altogether now.
That's a lot, like, for so early on.
17 minutes gone. Score remains Blaney 3 points, Clontibret 2. Very little open football so far, Bernie.
Yeah, it's nothing to write home about yet, Pather, so it's not. Clontibret need to. Clontibret's really struggling at the moment, like they put nothing together at all. It's all Blaney, and yet Blaney aren't converting the chances.
Knocked down again in the centre of the field, and Blaney seems to be winning it all. Pate in front of the goals, tips it with a left foot, and it's over the bar.
Very good score. Great score by Pete McMahon. But you see the way he ghosted into the space. Sid Connolly pulled out, left the space for him. Lovely pass into him. And that's Blaney at their best there, Paddy. That's the football that Blaney play. And Pete will be delighted with that. That'll settle him down.
In the centre, Clontibret are knocking the ball down, but it's always Blaney who are picking up the knockdowns.
Yeah, we could be critical of Enda Brennan's kick-outs. They could do with going a bit further, because his half-back line's under a lot of pressure.
Once again, the loose ball going to Blaney. Peter Duffy. Still Peter Duffy. Plenty of men calling for it. Here comes Ray McGardle again. In front
Good chance
of
for goal here.
And he puts it over the bar. Ray McArdle playing on the number 7 jersey, and that's the second point of the game.
And Niall Malone isn't at the races here. Niall Malone is really sleeping on it now. He should be.
I think there's a bit of a switch there. Clontibret are switching. I see Michael Hughes and Niall Malone trying to change men, but Blaney are not having anything of it. And Brennan once again with the kick out. A little bit longer this time. Again a knockdown, but again it's the Blaney man who gets it. A hard tackle there, but he was able to get the pass back. Blocked down. A low ball forward. Kieran Lavelle failed to get it the first time. Can he get it the second time? He just pulled on that there, and Declan Longman cut it out. Declan Longman getting it down along the far side of the field. And here comes Nudie. This is, I think, Nudie's first time with the ball. Gets it back into Pete McMahon. Pete in the middle of the field, looks around, gives it back over to Dan Hughes. Still Dan Hughes, but now he gives it back. Now we have a chance of a score here from the left boot. It's a low one.
Oh, brilliant football. Brilliant football by Blaney. Brilliant football. Brilliant football. Kieran Lavelle should have picked the ball up, pulled on it. Blaney counter-attacked. It's good play over to Nudie. Give it to Pete McMahon. He held it up well. Gave it to Dan. Gave it to Aidan Tavy. There was no panicking. Tavy stayed himself. Great point. That's brilliant football. Like, Blaney are good in possession. They're a great team at keeping possession and taking the easy option all the time. And 6-2.
6 points to 2 it is in favour of Blaney.
They're well on top at the moment.
And it's all coming from poor marking from the Clontibret team. And Brennan once again with the ball out. And once again the loose ball going to Castleblayney, but the foul there on Aidan Tavy gets the ball in quickly. Barry McShane and Kieran Connolly. The ball still on the ground. Nudie gets a toe into it there. This is a dangerous position for...
Good play over there by the sub. Sean
Michael McSkeen getting it out to this side.
People are going to have to start doing something.
Des Brennan. Still Des Brennan getting a few more yards before he releases it up. Kieran Lavelle didn't get that one. Blaney fouled there. Ray McArdle getting the free. Declan Longman to take it. Screws it in towards the centre. Touched on, and here's another dangerous situation for Clontibret.
Good chance over the bar.
Porrig McDonald, and Porrig puts it over the bar.
Blaney's flying at the moment. They're 7-2 up. They've had 6 wides. Clontibret's all at sea. Clontibret's going to have to make some changes here. They need to pull Rory Moan out around the middle of the park, out to the half forwards.
No one getting the loose ball for the Clontibret side at all.
Yeah, they're winning no breaks whatsoever. But they can't seem to get the
ball.
ball.
Is playing a very quiet game.
Yeah, Porrick's not involved yet either. Clontibret need to soon get into this game or it's going to be all over.
And the Brennan again with the kick out. Once again, Blaney on the attack. Declan Longman getting the long ball in for Nudie, but Nudie closed down this time by Des Brennan. Out for Rory Moan. Still Rory Moan. Gives it into the space up in the corner. Derek Sullivan covering for Blaney. Dermot McArdle back into the centre.
Brilliant football.
This is what we know Blaney to play. Peter Duffy getting his foot to it there, but Barry McShane. Sean Michael. McSkeen over to the far side. Now there's some nice football starting to be played by both teams. Still Clontibret, have they a chance here? Yes, it is. It's over the bar.
Good score, Mickey Hughes. Good score. That's the first bit of football Clontibret have played now in, what, 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes?
Well, in the last 2 minutes there, Blaney and Clontibret give a good display of open football and good hand passing, good movement.
There's nice play from Blaney out of defence. A very good ball from Dermot McArdle here. Dermot Duffy, Aidan Tavy.
That might liven the atmosphere up again because it had died down after the
It was all Blaney there for 10 minutes. They were just really on top.
And it's still Blaney. Dermot Duffy, a low ball for Nudie. Nudie lets it run on. Who's going to go for it? Blaney get the loose again. Pete McMahon. Pete trying to work out into the centre.
Oh, high tackle there.
And a high tackle.
Stupid tackle. No need for that. And fairness, the referee's having a very good match so far, Padder.
Yes, he's
keeping the game flowing, and where somebody has to be cautious or whatever, he's clamping down. This is a good chance for Aidan Talby now to go.
Aidan taking this one out of his hand. It's high, it's twisting to the right, but it has gone wide. He may have been safer taking that one off the ground.
Possibly. It's very hard to be accurate all the time with kicks from your hand. But I'd say
even Peter Canavan can do that.
Yeah, I'd say Ian McEnany's pretty happy with what he's seen so far from Blaney. But they could be 10-3 up instead of 7-3.
Well, with 24 minutes gone, 4 points of a lead isn't too bad. And De Brennan resetting the ball for the kick out. Out it comes again, a short ball. Out to the far side, 2 Blaney men went up, but it was Clontibret who came down with it. Damien McKenna over there. Over the end line, sideline kick to Blaney.
Very good work there by Peter Duffy. It's very hard when you're a defender and you have a forward really hanging out of you and really making life tough. It's very hard to get your clearance in properly.
Declan Moan for Clontibret. Clontibret are trying to move forward now.
Very slow to release the ball though. Makes it very difficult for forwards if they make the run. Point McShane, he's away now. Takes on Declan Lockman, gets past him, going through the centre. Into Kieran Lavelle, good chance of a score here. That was good play by Clontibret.
No real reason for that there. Declan Loughlin kind of ran into Kieran Lavelle as he was trying to get up from the foul.
Yeah, Mick O'Dowd reacted, and that's how these rows started. One guy reacts and another guy reacts. And
well, nerves can lead to a lot of it. However,
that was good play by Porrick McShane. Took Declan Loughlin on, got past him, fed the ball into Lavelle, and Lavelle went straight for goal and had to be pulled down.
Rory Moan with the kick. Out of his hands and over the bar. That's 3 points now for Rory Moan. 26 minutes gone in the first half. Brings the score back to within a goal. 7 points for Blaney, 4 points for Clontibret.
Clontibret have come into it again. Now they needed those couple of scores because Blaney were nearly getting out of reach there. They were 7-2 up, and they've had 7 wides. They could have been way out of reach. So for now, the half time is going to be interesting.
Kieran Lavelle's playing out very far. Punched down by Kevin Carroll. Kieran Lavelle going for it, Declan Loughlin going for it. Both go down, but it's against Kieran Lavelle. Free for Loughlin. Edwin Murphy to take it quickly. Down along this side, Sean Michael, Damien McKenna there. Damien tries to give it into the centre to Porrick McShane, but Declan Loughlin is there.
Oh,
and
Peter Duffy was coasting in behind there. Declan Loughlin had to find him with a good ball.
Well cut out there by
Mick O'Dowd now, I think.
Mick O'Dowd being held by Derek Sullivan. Free for Clontibret. Lucky break there possibly for Clontibret. That Damien McKenna just happened to get back into position for that pass from Declan Loughlin. Niall McGuinness with the free. And there's almost dead silence in the pitch as he takes that and he lands it over the bar for a
That's
beautiful
a big
point.
score. A big score for Clontibret. Big score for Niall McGuinness. That'll do his confidence no harm. And there you go, Clontibret come back into it the last 5 minutes. That's 3 points in a row. We have a long way to go here yet, Padder, I think.
This game is wide open, wide open. Only 2 points in it, and that was a beautiful score from Niall McGuinness there. It gave the whole team plenty of heart. But Blaney are back. Not far enough.
Bad ball there by Dermot Duffy.
Over the sideline kick. Conor Moan to take it. Right into the centre.
In behind. Mick O'Dowd's in behind. It's a good chance for Rory Moan. Done well. Rory Moon done the right thing there. There was a chance of a goal, but
he had 2 Blaney men to beat in order to get an open shot at the goal there, so possibly he took the best option.
Mick O'Dowd's coming into the game. If Clontibret get the ball into him, he looks pretty dangerous. It was a nice flick. Just very much aware where fellas are running to.
And just 1 point in it now. Clontibret are definitely clawing their way back into this game. Knocked down again. Pádraig McShane knocking her down this time. A lot of feet going in. Come back nicely there to Conor Moan. Conor Moan evading that tackle, gets into a position for a shot for himself. It's going out to the right. Kieran Lavelle is there. Kieran Lavelle knocks it down. It's still on the ground. Kieran Lavelle with it. Kieran looks around. What can he do with it? He drops the ball. It's still on the ground. Still Kieran Lavelle trying to get it up. Gets a kick in. A dangerous ball here. Off the crossbar and back out into play. It's still not out and knocked out there by, I think it was.
Oh boy, that was some chance. How Kieran Lavelle got that ball back is beyond me. But Mick O'Dowd, what a shot. That was a let off for Blaney. And Declan Lockman doing well with the rebound to get it clear. That was a great shot by Mick Dowd. Brilliant shot.
Well, after a lull, this game is definitely coming alive again now.
Clontibret have had a great last 5 minutes. Really taken the game over in the last 5 minutes.
Niall McGuinness with the 45-metre kick. Low ball this time. In form Mick O'Dowd. Mick is held. There's a free in.
Mick's causing Derek Sullivan a few problems.
Chance now for Clontibret to level the scores. Just coming up to half time. It's exactly half time on the watch. We're playing any injury time from here on.
Mick O'Dowd's looking pretty dangerous. So it's going to be interesting in the second half now to see can Clontibret get the ball into him. Because it looks like if they can get the ball to him and Rory Moan, they can get scores.
There's a nice screw shot from Niall McGuinness.
Hey, that's a good comeback by Clontibret. 7-2 down. What, in the 21st minute? That's a great comeback for them. They've really come into it well in the last, well, since the 21st minute. And it looks like an exciting second half in prospect. All to play for 7-all.
Blaney have definitely faded though in the last 5 minutes. They're not really getting involved as much as they were in the first, and here they are now. Dan Hughes feeding it out to the far side. But where Blaney were getting the loose balls earlier, now is Clontibret. Niall McGuinness out to the far side. Well controlled and given to Declan Moan. Declan Moan taking a run. Left-footed shot forward. Ball on the ground, but the referee sees a foul. Gives a foul to free to Blaney.
And Dan Hughes done well. He was back there. He won the break. It was a bad ball to win to Mickey Hughes. Simon Brennan broke down. Sid Connolly now.
Blaney once again getting back in the attack. Ray McArdle.
Blaney should use the long ball more now.
He must have heard you saying it. Out to this side.
The only way the forwards have a chance is if they give them a long ball.
Pádraig MacDonald trying to take on Sean Michael McSkane. Sean Michael fouls. Pulls the jersey, says the referee. It's a free in for Blaney.
See, if Blaney do use the long ball into space, like Pádraig MacDonald will get the ball and he'll run at his defender, and there's a good chance he'll get a free. And the same with Nudie. Like, Nudie hasn't got very good ball in this first half. And like Nudie's a major threat, but they've got to get the ball into him. It's a difficult enough kick now for Pádraig MacDonald, but Blaney point of view, they'd like to be in ahead at half time, because I suppose they have had more of the play in the first half.
It's a tight angle as it comes up. He screws it in. It's a beautiful shot. It's over the bar.
Beautiful kick.
And there is half time. Referee Sean McKenna blows half time. He played a couple of minutes overtime of injury time, and the score is 8 points to 7, with Blaney in the lead by 1 point. And that should do Blaney a power of good by, as you say, Bernie going in with a 1 point advantage at half time.
Well, in fairness to them, they were the better team. The first 20 minutes they were by far the better team, but they were 7-2 up, but they could have been 10-11-2 up, and Clontibret, tremendous comeback before half time to bring it back to level pegging. So Clontibret will be quite happy. Clontibret will be quite happy that they've come back into the game, and they'll feel that they can probably do the business in the second half. From Blaney point of view, they will also feel that just keep doing what you're doing in the first 20 minutes, but they've got to be more clinical in front of the goals, because those missed chances could come back to haunt them. Clontibret have had no wides to 7, so okay, Blayney have had more possession, but it's going to be very, very interesting in the second half. You know, can Clontibret get enough ball into Mick Dowd and Rory Moan to get the scores, or, you know, will Peter Duffy, Aidan Tavy and these guys, you know, continue to dominate the way they had been dominating the first 20 minutes? Very interesting second half in store, Panther.
Are there any positional changes on the Clontibret team that you would make if you were the manager at this stage?
Well, you see, they need Mick O'Dowd near the goals, because he's a great man to get a goal and a great man to pounce. Rory Moan has been moved out the field, which they had to do. And in defence, I see that Damien McKenna has been playing on Peter Duffy, and he's been doing quite well on him. So I suppose from a Clontibret point of view, they'll be reasonably happy the way the end of the first half has materialised. They did make a few switches, and they worked fairly well for them. From a Blayney point of view, I'd be a bit worried that Derek Sullivan's finding Mick O'Dowd hot enough to handle. The rest of them are doing okay, but Derek Sullivan had been involved pretty well early on. So unless Blayney want to swap around the defence a little bit, maybe to put somebody else on Mick Dowd, but I can't see there being any real changes in either team.
Right, teams almost in position now for the second half of the senior football final 1995 on the 27th of August here in St Tiernack's Park in Clones. Two teams are out in the field, and there's one change at least I see on the Blayney team. That's Paul Campbell, Blarney. Yeah,
I see Paul Campbell. I'm trying to figure out now, is he going to be playing full forward or corner? I think, yeah, they move Nudie in the square and Paul Campbell in the wing. That really is the place to play Nudie and for Blayney, get that ball into him quick. And Nudie, I believe, will do damage. Clontibret are starting with Rory Moan in the half forwards. So everything's else much the same. Derek Sullivan still playing a Mick O'Dowd, so going to be interesting.
Yes, the rest of the team seems the same, and the ball is in, and there was a foul this time. Sean McKenna pushing them back. Free for Blayney. Dermot Duffy. Well held there under pressure by Sean Michael. Getting it out to Kevin Carraher. Down along the far side. Edmund Murphy was there, but it's Aidan Tavy now with the ball. Blayney go back on the attack. Peter Duffy gets round his man nicely there, and
good
Peter
chance of
has
a point
plenty of
here.
space here. Moving into position, Clontibret closing him down with about 5 different men around him there, but fouled him. And it's a free in, scoring position here, Bernie.
Yeah, Peter Duffy very dangerous. That was only like a half chance the ball broke and he was away. And I suppose I was saying he could have got the point, but
bit lucky to get away from the tackle that went in on him there just after he got the ball before he went on the run.
Yeah,
but he was tackled the second time and it was a free. This is definitely a scoring position for Blayney, and they'll make no mistake about it, I'm sure. No, they didn't. Pádraig McDonald with the ball.
First few minutes of the second half always vital. Clontibret would not want to make the same mistake they made in the first half. They can't afford to let Blayney get 5 or 6 points clear now, because they could spell curtains for them. Blayney won't make the same mistake as they made in the first half. So very vital now the next 5 or 10 minutes for Clontibret to establish themselves around the middle of the field, or this game could slip away from them.
End with the kick out. Kevin Carraher pushing off the man and getting the ball. Feeding it into the centre. Kieran Lavelle coming out.
McDowd.
Oh, that's McDowd. McDowd with the ball. Gives it back out, but a bad pass. Niall McGuinness. Still Niall McGuinness trying to get by 2 men. Is surrounded. Gives it to Kieran Lavelle. This time, that's not Kieran Lavelle. I thought that was still Mickey Dowd. Knocked down by Kieran Lavelle, but he was fouled in the process, and it's a free in for Clontibret. A chance here for Clontibret to get a point back.
Yeah, a chance for Rory Moan now to get his name on the score sheet again. He penalised Eddie Murphy there for leaning on Kieran Lavelle.
Bit harsh, you would think.
Well,
out of his hands, left-footed and over the bar. It's a point for Clontibret off the bit of Rory Moan.
Clontibret got to get Rory Moan into the game. You know, when Kevin Carr wins the ball in midfield, he should be looking for Rory to give it to him, because Rory Moan has the potential to win this game for them.
Des Brennan making positional changes here down in front of us as the ball comes back out into play. Kevin Carrer doing well to recover that ball. Looks around, gets the kick in, It's half blocked down. Edwin Murphy is there. Edwin is held round the neck by Kieran Lavelle. Free for Edwin Murphy. Kieran Lavelle obstructed him there, and Edwin gets a few more yards.
Good ball, Eddie Murphy, and Aidan Tavi's away.
Aidan Tavi making a good run on the centre. Nudie Hughes pulling his man out, but the referee says he hopped the ball twice. It's a free out. Wasted point there. Nudie Hughes did well there to pull his man out and make room for him. Mickey Hughes being held there, but the referee sees the second bit of a push.
I thought that was a bad decision. I thought Ray McCardle was holding Mickey Hughes, and then, well...
Crowd weren't too happy with that. Pete McMahon gives it in to Nudie Hughes. A beautiful pass to Aidan Tavi. Aidan Tavi in front of goal. Takes a low shot off the upright and back out into play off the crossbar. Still Castleblayney with the ball. Trying to get out. Ball on the ground. Man down, trying to lift it up. Gets it up. He's on the ground now. Can't say who that is. It's Sean Michael, was it? No, it wasn't.
Conor Munn got it up and he got out to Des Brennan. That's both teams now. That was a great chance for Aidan Tavi. But again, Mick O'Dowd was a great shot, but you know, the crossbar saved Clontibret this time.
Sean Michael.
It's a good start to the second half, Panther.
Good exciting football. Warwick McShane.
Good ball, Kieran Lavelle in space. He's looking for Mick Dowd and he finds him.
Mick Dowd with the ball. Gives it to Warwick McShane running in there. Warwick McShane kicks it low. It was a weak shot. No problem for the goalkeeper there. Warwick here out to this side. And here come Blaney once again.
It's good football. It's good open football now.
We have exciting football.
Good play,
Declan
referee.
Loughman. Referee letting that go on. And another lovely pass. Aidan Tavi. Blaney trying to make their way through is Paul
Campbell, I think, is it?
Yes.
That was a great chance for Porrick McShane.
There's a weak shot from Porrick.
Oh, he took the wrong option. Michael Hughes is inside him. He either should have scored the point or threw it into Michael Hughes. Chance for a goal. Could we get that chance later on in the match?
1 point between them at the moment. This could be 2. That's what it is. Another point for Porrick McDonald and another point for Blaney.
How many has Porrick McDonald got now? 5 points for Porrick McDonald. Doing well.
6 minutes into the half. Blaney now have a 2-point lead, 10 points to 8.
Second half has started pretty good. Second half started well. But you need Kevin Cowher now in the middle of the park.
Kevin knocks it down, a nice knockdown there for Niall McGuinness. Niall tries to make his way through, drops the ball. Kick forward now. Des Brennan coming out. Looks up, solos, gets himself into trouble. Still Des Brennan with the ball. Then kicks it, it's a screw shot away out to the far side. It's gone too far, it's gone over the sideline. He would have been sure getting rid of that ball the first time.
Yeah, he done a lot of good work there, Des, and very bad kick at the end of it.
Both teams playing pretty well now in the second half, Bernie.
Yeah, it's even Stephen at the moment. But Blaney got those 2 scores through Porrick McDonald, a big help to them.
Emmett Brennan out into the centre. Knocked down but pushed from behind. Kevin Kerr not too happy with that decision. Clontibret not happy to release the ball too quickly. Aidan Tavi into the corner. Beautiful ball back into the centre for Paul Campbell. No problem there for Enda Brennan. Gets it back. Too high there, but a beautiful catch. Dan Hughes knocked out of his hands. Declan Moan in there.
It's good play now. Here's Rory Moan coming.
Give it nicely there to his number 5.
Should be giving it to Rory.
Poor passing there from Clontibret. Letting Blaney come back into it again. And there's a man standing loose. Dan Hughes waiting on somebody to come running onto it, and it's Ray McArdle does so. Ray McArdle will make a few yards now on the ground, gets the ball back again. Gives it to Aidan Tavi. Aidan takes a left-footed shot. It's going away out to the left. Will it go wide? Will it be kept in play? It's helped out over the end line.
Dermot McCart, another great chance there to go get another point for himself.
Clontibret backs are marking that little bit tighter now this half.
Yeah, they've tightened up a bit. That was a good chance though. Like, Ray McCardle still ghosting forward from the back. He's very, very fit. He's getting into great positions. And he's already scored 2 points. That could have been his third one.
Out it comes into the centre. Loose ball to Blayney. Peter Duffy getting it in for Nudie. This time Des Brennan beats Nudie to it. Gives it back into the centre. Barry McShane. Barry faced by Nudie. Held on to it too long. Charging with the elbow, says the referee.
The Clontibret guys have got to start moving here to give him something to, to pass to.
They seem to be holding on to the ball, waiting on somebody to move.
They've got to release that ball
moving
quicker.
for them.
Aidan Tavi should hit this off the ground now because he's well capable of scoring it. This would be a big, big score for Blayney now if he could get this.
Just a foot or two inside the 45-metre line. Aidan Tavi with the free. Almost 10 minutes gone in the half. 10 points to 8 in favour of Blayney. Low shot this time. Held on the second time by Barry McShane. Gets it out into the centre. Far side. Michael Hughes.
Good ball. As it turned out, a good ball for Niall McGuinness.
First time ball from Niall McGuinness out into the corner for Mick O'Dowd. Mick goes down for it, gets it at the second attempt. Did very well there, is pulled down.
Mick O'Dowd's not too happy with the treatment he's getting, I don't think, brother.
He's not happy, he got his free, but he feels he should have been allowed to go.
It's a difficult kick now for Niall McGuinness.
Tight angle for Niall, but it's he's a right-footed kick. He could screw it in. Right across to the far side. Ball in the air at the moment, but Ray McGardle is there. Getting it out to Edwin Murphy. Edwin into the centre. Declan Longman. Back for Edwin. Blayney are really moving.
Eddie Murphy will attack from here too.
Looking up. Gives it up along the side, Paul Campbell. This is going to be a spell danger for Clontibret. Paul Campbell running into trouble. Onto it too long.
Good play there by Sean Michael McShane. Get the quick kick out.
Niall McGuinness once again. The quick kick down for Michael O'Dowd. Michael on the ground gets his free. Kieran Lavelle standing loose. Too late. Michael slowing it down. Plenty of advice being shouted from the sideline. Takes his shot. It's screwing in somewhat, but still in play.
Michael Hughes, is it?
Michael Hughes with the ball. Gets it back out to Conor Moan, is it? Back out for Rory Moan. Left-footed shot up in the air. It's going to come down. Kieran Lavelle is going to go in for it. He knocks it down there, but there was a bit of pushing on Kieran Lavelle. Kieran very happy with that decision. It's a free in for Clontibret.
Kieran Lavelle's a handful. He's very, very big. Very hard to get up and knock that ball away from him. That's twice that Eddie Murphy's been penalised. Good chance for Rory Moan now.
And over the bar it goes. Another point for Clontibret.
Like, it's very, very close. Father, very, very close. Very, very little between the teams. And whoever gets the goal, if the goal comes, could be the deciding factor.
You're looking for a goal at this stage, are you, Bernie?
I think it's going to need that. I see Blayney making a switch now. Emmett Brennan going over and Mick Dowd, because like Derek Sullivan has fouled him each time the ball's into Mick Dowd. Derek Sullivan's felt compelled to foul him.
10 points to 9 in favour of Blayney, just that 1 point between them. As the ball comes out into the centre, two Clontibret men jumping there for the ball. I think it's a Clontibret man that has it, trying to get up. It's held on the ground. It's a free for Clontibret. Yeah.
He's going to look for the long one to O'Dowd.
They're starting to feed O'Dowd over his head. O'Dowd on the ground, trying to get back up, looking for someone to pass it to. is going to run himself into a lot of trouble here if he doesn't get 3 men around him. He's still trying to get around. Is eventually fouled. Very lucky there, Michael O'Dowd.
Yeah, the fairness referee gave him the advantage, but like the guys were hanging out of him, but you know, could have went either ways. Those decisions could have went either ways. But Clontibret are trying to isolate him and get the ball into him, because Mick O'Dowd is very, very dangerous. Only he slipped there, I think he was away for the goal, because the ball had bounced over Emmett Brennan's head.
Niall McGuinness, a poor shot there from Niall McGuinness, straight into the goalkeeper's hand. Ray McGardle.
Costly missed that.
Blaney getting the free this time. Taken quickly.
Very quick to take the short free. Derek Sullivan now going to raid down this wing. This fella's Raymond McCardle has raced in behind.
And fails to hold on to it. Des Brennan cuts it out. Conor Moan down the field. Kevin Carraher. In for Kieran Lavelle. Declan Loughman. Peter Dovey. Peter has been held. Referee gives him his free, taken quickly. And a very bad shot there from Dan Hughes, but it's still in play. Paul Campbell punches it down, and Paul Campbell very luckily gets the ball back, tries to give it out to Nudie. Nudie gets it. Nudie hops once, is held, gets his free.
Nudie done well, in fairness to him, got the ball out and held on to possession.
Someone once said that Nudie's the best man at getting a free ever.
Well, Nudie is he's very, very difficult to watch, and he holds on to that ball. It's very hard to get the ball off him. There's a good chance for Aidan Tavy now. I see Kieran Brennan warming up for Clontibret.
This could be a 2-point advantage for Blaney again from the boot of Aidan Tavy. It's screwing this time, but it's screwing to the right, and it's gone wide.
It's a let off for Clontibret. I suppose now it's even Stephen now. Niall McGuinness missed one at this end, and now Aidan Tavy's missed one. So obviously one of the forwards going to make way here now for...
Yes, there's the sub gone in. Kieran Brennan. We'll see who's coming out.
I think it's Niall Malone, is it?
It is Niall Malone. And the Brennan with the kick out into the centre, loose ball. Damien McKenna over to this side, knocked down by Michael Hughes there. Niall McGuinness taking a shot again.
That's the second time.
Niall
McGuinness.
Too simple for Barry Kerr. Collects it nicely, gets it out to the far side.
Pádraig McShane has it.
Pádraig McShane looks up, takes a shot. It's away to the right, and it has gone wide.
That was a great chance for Niall McGuinness. He'd done the good work. He won the ball in the break, came racing through. Should have scored. That's 2 chances he's had. Should have scored that.
Seemed to have lost his confidence there in going for the point.
Yeah, he should have steadied himself and stuck that over. I see Franco McBennett warming up for Blaney.
16 minutes gone in the half and just 1 point in it. Knocked down there by Pádraig McShane. Kieran Lavelle. Tough enough decision maybe there on Kieran, but
well, Eddie Murphy down the ball, so
Dermot Duffy with the ball for Blaney up along the far side.
It's good play by Sean McSkane.
Divides one tackle and then a second, gets the ball back into the centre.
Rory Moon, the danger man, he's away.
Holding on nicely to that, gives it to Niall McGuinness. Nice pass. What are they going to do it again? Dropping short into the goalkeeper.
This time.
3 possible chances there of points thrown away by Clontibret, and Ray McGardle for Blaney coming away with the ball. Dermot McGardle up for Nudie. Quick ball to Peter Duffy, gets it at the second attempt. Peter Duffy now working his way out into the centre. Gets the ball back again. He's in a scoring position now. Tries to take them on. He's pulled down. He's on the ground. A free for Peter Duffy.
You cannot beat a guy that runs at the opposition. And Peter Duffy is brilliant at that. He took the ball out in the end line. He came right into the centre, took them on, and it's a very, very scoreable chance now.
With a run like that, it was possibly all that Clontibret could do was to bring him down.
Blaney withdrawn.
As Pete McMahon is coming off.
Pete will be very disappointed at that. He did a good first half, maybe not involved as much in the second half, but he'd be very, very disappointed with that.
Frank McBennett then on instead of Pete McMahon. And lovely shot there from Pádraig MacDonald.
$11-9. It's another. How long's gone now, Padder?
18 minutes.
18 minutes gone. Clontibret, these chances they're wasting, like kicking them into the keeper's hand, that's 3 in a row. They're going to really rue those chances.
Des Brennan going out there with some words of instruction for Niall McGuinness. Or Declan Brennan going out with instruction for Niall McGuinness there. As Enda Brennan kicks the ball out. Well
Good
held
play by Coochie Duffy.
Dermot Duffy. Barry McShane. Barry on the ground. Gets it back to Des Brennan. Into the centre, a dangerous ball that. Peter Duffy very quick to pick it up. Peter's on the ground, he's held on the ground. It's a free in for Blaney.
That was brilliant play by Peter Duffy. It was a careless enough pass by Des Brennan to Kevin Carraher. Peter Duffy was in fantastically.
Very poor pass there from Des, but very quick reaction from Peter Duffy.
Peter Duffy's the man that's going to win this game for Blaney. Like, he's really caused havoc today. Anytime he ran at them, I don't know how many frees he's won. He must have won 3, 4, 5 frees.
We're going into the 20th minute now, and this could be a 3-point lead for Blaney.
It's a good chance now for
Pádraig MacDonald steadies himself.
Missed it, I think.
This time to the left, it has gone wide.
So really, both teams have missed chances. Both teams have missed 2 or 3 scoreable chances now in the second half. So Clontibret's got to do something now to pull this game out of the fire.
Well, a goal from either side, Bernie would.
Well, a goal for Blaney at this stage, I think, would be curtains for Clontibret. Goal for Clontibret now. We'd have some last 10 minutes. See Ian McEnany now thinking about introducing himself.
Nicely held out there in the centre of the field. And Blaney once again on the attack.
Chance here of a score for Aidan Tav, is there?
Giving it to Nudie. Nudie didn't get it that time. Des Brennan trying to make his way out. Is fouled.
In fact, Des Brennan has had a great match. Very good match on Nudie, so he has.
I suppose we criticised Des there for the last pass that he gave, but
well, he's played well, so
he's
he
been
has
good before that. Ball going downfield. On the ground. Rory Moan going in. Who will come out with it? Little bit of over exuberance again. I think the notebook's out. Is it? No. And yes, Emma McEnany out on the field.
Interesting to see now who Blaney take off now. See Eamon's going to go into midfield somehow.
And the referee trying to deal with 2 things at the moment. A substitute coming on, and he's having words with another Blaney player. Is Nudie the man to come off?
It looks like it, I think. It's not open, you see that, Padder?
Meanwhile, back with the play. Declan Longman held on to the ball too long. Free in for And there was a bit of an off-the-ball incident there. Rory Moan was clattered, and now there's a little bit of retaliation out there.
You think who was it? Dan Hughes, the culprit there?
I think Dan was the man. Referee going into the umpires. I'd say the umpires would have been
It's hard to see if
there.
the umpires would have seen anything. It's a long way out for Rory Moan now.
Well, we don't know what's happening, but the
it'd be
referee is
interesting to
calling
see.
for somebody.
He's calling for Dan Hughes, I think.
The book's out anyway.
See, you can't get away with striking, and obviously he struck Rory Moan. Stupid thing to do, stupid thing. That's all Blaney needed to do now. With how long's left now, Panther?
Well, and there's about 5 minutes left, 6 minutes
Probably
left.
a bit of injury time, so that's a stupid thing to do.
Well, in the old days when the referee was on his own, you could maybe get away with that behind his back, but nowadays when he can consult with umpires and linesmen, that's just not on. Rory Moan, meanwhile, with the kick. 40 metres out, and it's straight and it's over the bar.
Fantastic kick. Going to be a tight finish.
Just 25 minutes gone now. 5 minutes left of actual play, and there's only 1 point in it. Blaney down to 14 men.
So who's the extra man now?
Sometimes it's very difficult for a team to use that extra man to advantage.
It's Conor Moan. Conor Moan here, around the middle of the park. He's the extra man.
Out to this side of the field. Niall McGuinness holding on nicely, giving it out to Mickey Hughes. This is a chance for Clontibret. Mickey Hughes going into a scoring position, gives it into the centre. On the ground. Up he gets, tries to get out, make it out. Kieran Lavelle kicks it.
Wide, I think.
And over the bar. It's the levelling point.
Great play by Clontibret. Niall McGuinness caught the ball. He fed Mickey Hughes. He raided down the wing. The referee done very well there. Some referees could have blew, for a free in or a free out. Kept the play going. They played at Kieran Lavelle. It was a good score from an acute angle, Panther.
Good score from Kieran Lavelle. Good play from Mickey Hughes.
That's even Stephen now. Hey, this is going to be a big finish.
11 all with less than 5 minutes left. Loose ball. Clontibret getting the free. And it's a throw ball. Clontibret very foolish there. Kevin Carr giving out to him.
Yeah, Conor Moan's stupid. If they lose this now, they could regret that. They could regret that decision.
Very silly mistake there, possibly by Conor Moan. Punch forward. Free for Blaney.
And that was a big free to get for Blaney. Peter Duffy now. They're going to have to look for Peter.
Declan Longman out to this side of the field. Des Brennan doing nicely at the second attempt. Still Des Brennan getting it back to Niall McGuinness. Niall out into the centre.
Plenty of space.
Pádraig McShane. Pádraig very slow to get rid of it, but gets it eventually. Down into the corner. Kieran Brennan. That ball had the makings of a point.
Done the wrong thing. Rory Moan out here loose. Should have fed it out to him, or should have tried to take them on and get the free. He's too ambitious there to kick from that distance.
Just 3 minutes left in the game, and it's all square at 11 points each. We could be going again, Bernie.
Very, very possibly. Very, very possibly.
High ball, punched down by Pádraig McShane. Referee sees a foul there on the shoulder of Declan Longman, was it?
No, it's a throw up. It hit the referee, I think.
Kicked out of Pádraig McShane's hand. Two Clontibret men falling over each other. It's coming out to this side of the field. It's over the sideline. It's a sideline kick. To Clontibret. Declan Moan with it. Declan waiting for his men to get into some position. Gives a low ball out for Mickey Dow to come out to. Mickey gets it. Gets it in for
Mickey Hughes, is it?
Mickey Hughes. Gets it at the second attempt. His kick is blocked down.
Well done by Ray McCardle there.
Derek Sullivan clears it up
Peter
to
Duffy.
the side of the field.
This is the man. He's going to go. Owen McEnany's loose. Does he see him?
This is the chance. This is the
Oh,
chance
he
for
doesn't
Blenny.
see him.
He doesn't see Eamon McEnany. He's brought down and he gets a free.
Peter Duffy. And McEnany was all on his own in the middle of the field.
They had the winning of the game there. They may still be able to convert this into a score.
I suppose Eamon's happy enough they've got the free. It's difficult enough one for Aidan Tavi. Oh, Peter Duffy had a great chance if he'd looked up. I know we've a great view here, but Eamon was in miles of space on his own.
Well, he was on the Peter Duffy was on the outside. There were two Clontibret men on the inside of him, possibly blocking his view from the middle of the field where Eamon was. But with the dying seconds of this game, with just 1 minute left, can Aidan Tavi convert this into a point? It's low. It's still in the Blaney hands. It's high in the air now. It's going to the left. Will it go over the end line? It has gone over the end line. It's wide.
I feel we're looking at a draw, Panther.
Well, we're into the last minute now of playing time. And I think that with a game like this, a possible replay would be a good option.
Well, it's been very close all through, and you know both teams would claim their chances to win it, so they have had. But
Des Brennan getting it back out into the centre. Two Blaney men going up. The ball is loose. Aidan Tavi. Tackled by Pádraig McShane. Still Aidan Tavi with the ball. Getting it back to Declan Ahmad. A long ball into the corner. Des Brennan doing very well over there. And it's a free out for Clontibret.
Well, I don't know about you, Panther, but I think Des Brennan will be my man of the match today. He's had a
Des
super
Brennan
match.
Had a fantastic game.
And he's had 2 or 3 different opponents to contend with, but he's had a brilliant match.
And he has played on both the right and the left wing and has been very solid in both.
That's
And
it.
there it is. Full-time whistle with the score at 11 points each. A draw here in St. James Park in Clones.
It was a tight
The two
finish.
teams must go again.
Both teams had the chances to win it, like, so it was, I suppose, it's a fair result.
Fair result, I think it is.
That's it.
Brennan, a draw. Were you looking forward to that?
I wasn't really looking forward to the draw, but I think it was probably a fair result. I'd say we could play a bit better, and maybe Blayney think the same, but I just felt that we really were lucky, I suppose, to get a draw, because we had fallen 7 points to 2 behind at one stage, and it was a credit to the team that they came back, and I think everybody would agree it was a fairly good, clean game. There was an odd incident in it, but it was a fairly clean game overall.
In the first half, for 20 minutes of the first half, Blayney had an awful lot of the play.
Well, Blayney had an awful lot of the play, and we just didn't seem to be able to get into it. I don't know what was wrong with our team. Maybe just getting the breaks, and we're always slow starters anyway. Maybe if we could get started early, we'd win easy.
Right, bringing Rory Moan out to the three-quarter line, did that help?
It definitely helped, even though I'd say Rory didn't get that much possession, but he's a real shrewd operator, and he definitely made a difference in the game, Rory. You know, without being involved as much as he sometimes is, you know.
Niall had a couple of chances, your own Niall. You dropped short.
Well, I don't know, he probably wasn't right balanced with the last one. Overall, I didn't think Niall played too bad now. He was Aidan Tabby having a great game, and that was his #1 job, was stop Aidan Tabby, and he played well enough. He caught balls around the middle, and I'd be happy enough with Niall's display. Apart from the frees, I always worry about him on the frees.
Yes, well, I have to agree with you. He had a good overall game. Yeah. I was being a wee bit more critical than maybe I should have been there on the 2 shots that he did send in short. But it was a good display in the second half by Clontibret.
Oh, it was a good display. I'd be very pleased with him, and unfortunately Michael Hughes' last shot was blocked there when we would have put us a point in front just at the very end.
So we have to go again?
We have to go again on 10th of September, I think.
Right.
Another fortnight.
Okay. Eamon, mentor and player with the Blayney team, are you disappointed?
Not really, no. It could have went either way. It was the sort of the game that if either team had won at the other side, could have said they were unlucky. And both teams had their chances. We had a free there at the end, and they had a couple of frees before that, and they kicked a couple of balls into Barry Kerr's hands, and we, the other side, we had our chances as well. So I think the draw was a fair result at the end of the day.
Were you disappointed there just towards the end when you were on your own going up the middle of the field and Peter Duffy had the ball up along this wing?
Yes, one time I was cursing the roar of the crowd because he couldn't hear me, you know, and he was doing the right thing. He was heading for goals. But well, that's the way things go, you know.
You had the run of the play for the 20 minutes of the first half. What happened that let Clontibret come back into the game?
Well, Clontibret got back into it simply because they started to win the ball around the middle of the field, and before that we had been winning the ball or else winning the break, and they were getting the ball up first time, and they got a lot of frees. Our fellas did some stupid things like fouling when there was no need to. They should have been putting them under pressure, and I think that's even the thing up a bit, you know.
Another fortnight to get ready?
Another fortnight and another replay. It seems like these county fans we get into now is always replays. Must be good for the county board.
But you're going to do it the next time, are you?
Oh, hopefully, yeah. I would think that it's all up for grabs again. You know, I don't think that anyone can say that they've lost it or won it today. I think either side it was there for the taking at certain times in the last 10 minutes.
Liam, you have your arms full there.
My arms full, and I'm glad the day's over, Pat. There's no point in telling you a lie. It wasn't, I suppose, a great spectacle all round, and I'm so delighted that it's over.
Well, I'm sure you're referring more to the first match. The second match was a good game.
It was a tough game, but again, you know, it was always very close, and you'd be afraid of something breaking out again. But in fairness to the two teams, they did very well to finish, and I suppose the draw was a fair result at the end.
So you have it all in front of you this day fortnight?
That's right, that's right. Back to the drawing board now. So in fairness to both teams, it wasn't easy playing today, and it was a very tough match and was always going to be that way, you know. People thought that the Blayney quickness would tell, but fair play to Clontibret, they stuck to their guns and did a good job.
It was a kind of, as the old saying goes, a game of two halves. Blayney in the first half and Clontibret coming back in the second. Yeah, well, I suppose Clontibret come back in the last 10 minutes of the first half too. That's really what brought them back into the game. You know, they scored 4 points without reply from Blayney, and that's really what brought them back in. They were slow to settle in the second half again and let Blayney away, but they finished in style.
Right. It was, I suppose, from Blayney's point of view, they were unfortunate because they were 5 points ahead at one stage and let that slip. In the second half they went ahead by 3 and let that slip again, so I suppose they could probably feel more disappointed than losing, but probably a draw was a good enough result.
Will they do it the next time?
Oh, well, I'd have to say that they might.
Tiernock's Park is quieter now than it was some minutes ago, and within the past couple of hours. We have to go again. In the minor game, it will have to be replayed. It wasn't finished. In the senior game, it was finished, but it was a draw. So this day fortnight, that's the 10th of September 1995, Blayney and Clontibret must fight it out again. It will likely be here in St Tiernock's Park. We hope that you will join us for the replay. From us in St Tiernock's Park, good night, God bless, until we meet again.